Ahead of Amazon Prime Day on Monday and Tuesday, we thought we'd snag our own deals in the e-commerce space. Let's bring in your traders, Quint Tatro of Joel Financial and Bill Baruch of Blue Line Capital. Bill, are there any deals to be found in the e-commerce space these days?
You know, Amazon's the big giant in the space, and it's the mega cap. You need some exposure somewhere in your portfolio to Amazon. It's had a heck of a week, and it's run 4.5%, but it still needs to break out above that 35.50 area. Shopify's another name that's always on everybody's radar. It's up 20% basically this week. But one that is really more quiet than others is eBay. And eBay has quietly had a tremendous year. And although it's pulled back a little bit, I think that's where we want to find the buying opportunity. There's a lot of support running into about 62 and a half bucks. And I think it's going to present you a buying opportunity within the space.
Quint, where do you see a buying opportunity in e-commerce these days?
Well, Leslie, if we're talking about Prime Day, I think that investors have to be careful looking for too much pin action in other areas. Why not just buy the beast? I mean, buy Amazon. The stock is obviously acting very well, and investors now, as they rapidly shift back to growth, I think getting caught off guard are picking up some of these large cap names, and Amazon is clearly benefiting. But investors better know that this is not a value play, very, very far from it. Amazon's trading around 50 times forward earnings, and if they hit their number this year, that's going to be about a 30% bump. So it's pretty rich. So it certainly is a trade, but that's what we're here to talk about. But again, I think you got to be careful. If we're talking about Prime and it ends up being exceptional, which I suspect it will, Amazon probably continues to be a buy here.
So you said you're looking at Amazon more as a trade, Quint. What kind of time horizon are we talking about here? A couple months, a couple years?
Yeah, so I think seasonality-wise, I love trading into the thinness of the summer. Candidly, I think that these are names that are probably going to go right into mid-July. So I think, again, for traders, this is probably a few weeks to a couple months trade. This is just my opinion. And I think then ultimately some of these more industrial type cyclical names that are being hit here are probably going to be the better plays going into the fall. But that's just kind of my playbook as I'm reading it here going forward.
Bill, how does the calculus between e-commerce and your traditional brick and mortar retailers, which I know, of course, now have much more of an e-commerce bend to them, how are those looking right now? What are the charts telling you about, the relative value between those two areas of the market?
Well, we've seen a big run up. I mean, you look at the brick and mortar stores. I mean, obviously, GameStop has stolen a lot of headlines this year, and a number of those have been within the space with the small caps. Gap, others have done very, very well. And the reopening's tailwinds is going to continue to bring that, I do think. But I think that at the same time, it is running out of steam a little bit unless the businesses themselves are making those shifts to e-commerce and making predominant good business and good revenue from there. I mean, look at a company like Wingstop. I mean, Wingstop has been on a tear for the last couple of years and really has done tremendous coming out of the pandemic. They had switched to e-commerce business and have done a terrific job in doing that. So it's how the stock or how the company themselves maneuvers and is able to capitalize within the space.
Wingstop had those ghost kitchens. Is that what you're referring to?
They do have
right?
I'm not referring to the ghost kitchens so much. I mean, they've made a really great impact in the space. They have numbers of shops. They're opening new shops just in my area. I've seen a couple pop up, and they work with delivery services like a DoorDash to bring service, and then also just shops that it's the kitchen. You're just coming there to pick up. So it's more about how does the company itself maneuver and call an audible and really take advantage of the e-commerce space.